Hey everybody, this is Pastor Chris coming to you, and I'm talking to you about our reopening or our comeback. Our comeback, and this would be phase two. So, as you know, the governor this last week did phase two, and we had already been in phase one, and really a modified phase one, almost a phase two anyway. So now that we are there, we have to ask ourselves what is the steps that we're going to take now in our phase two, because we're really kind of in phase two and kind of have been in phase two, even though we call it phase one because it got modified. So it's kind of confusing as they have changed things and as we have been able to change things and we're able to adapt. We have. And so I'm very proud of our staff. I'm very proud of you, and we've done a great job. So what's this mean for us? First of all, listen, the building is still not open to the public. So yes, sometimes the teachers have been coming in the preschool area. The custodian staff comes in on a regular basis, and sometimes the staff comes and goes as they need to do stuff. But we are teleworking, so you can still call and someone will get back to you. You can always email office@lpbconline.org and we'll get back to you. But you can call the church and we'll always get back to you as well too. So we're on top of that. You still should have Cindy and Macy occasionally calling you or texting you or emailing you. And again, the pastors, the deacons, church council, we're all here for you if you need us. So what's our discipleship plan? Listen, the discipleship plan we are going to continue is digital. So we are not coming back yet. Sunday school is not the priority, or all the discipleship groups in person. However, the small groups, digital community groups, women's groups or men's groups that can meet digitally, these type of things are totally fine. The youth group has come back and they do some activities together now, and we can possibly move to maybe considering some home groups or different variations of things. So we're open to that. So contact Pastor Joe if you have some feedback. But basically, we're remaining digital, and that is the plan. We may consider some other things, and we may modify some things. That'll be really a Pastor Joe with me, and we'll get the right people involved, the teachers involved, and we'll make a plan and a strategy. So please be a part of the digital discipleship. Still be a part of that. We continue on with a word of encouragement daily at noon with me. I'm going to continue to do that. So that's at facebook.com/Pastor Chris McCombs. Join me weekdays at noon, always giving some type of word of encouragement relevant to today. It's always going to be practical to what's going on. So be a part of that. Worship. All right, listen, guys, worship digital. Our main thrust, the main sermon, the main worship effort is going to remain at 10 a.m. on Sundays digital. So we may start to come back inside at any time. So we'll let you know that, but there's no plans immediately for us to do that. Yes, we're preparing for it. We're praying about it. When God says come back in the building, we will, but the church has left the building and it's a beautiful thing. So we will come back slow. We will not rush this thing. We will not rush this process. So all worshipers, when we do come back, unless things change, will have to have their mask and practice social distancing if we go inside. However, we came up with an option that wasn't in the original plan, which is to do outdoor worship during the summer. And we're doing that at 7 p.m. on Sunday nights. Of course, weather dependent. But if you do that, it's so much more freeing. We're out in the atmosphere. We're out there. It's more like a concert feel. It's a witness to the community. It's good open space. You can get your little area. You can social distance, your family from other families. You can wear your mask if you would like to when you're social distance. And during singing, we encourage you to wear your mask as much as possible, even though we're outside. But you don't have to. But the only time we would ask you to wear your mask, and this is because you love your brothers and sisters in Christ, is if you're going to interact. First of all, interacting, you shouldn't get like right in somebody's face. But if you're going to interact and you get within that 6 foot distance, wear your mask when you're talking to each other. And please, we're asking you just to refrain for right now. We just don't want to, anybody to unfortunately have this or pass it to somebody. We just ask you not to touch each other and stuff like that, unless you're an immediate family. So we ask you to honor that the best that you possibly can, and let's just have fun and let's worship the Lord and let's come back. The setback may have been great, but the comeback's going to be greater. So let's make this a great time of the family of God coming back. And we did also offer at 6 p.m. Grills for Glory, where people can come and kind of tailgate, again, with the same rules of social distancing and things like that. So, again, primary worship is digital worship at 10, and that's at facebook.com/Lexington Park Baptist. Now, if we do come back, we're looking at an 8:30 and an 11:30 service that would be live and a 10 digital. Remember, no matter what in this phase two, digital remains the entire thrust. If we do come back, we'll probably offer an 8:30 for those that are more vulnerable and that kind of thing, and then an 11:30 for the rest of the church to come back. And again, we'll have a numeric limitation, somewhere between 100 to 150 people that could be in the building. So safety and security will continue to go through our procedures with that. The nursery probably will still not be open, and there still will not be children's church or children's activities at this time. We'll ask that the families stay together. We may try to look into the latter aspects of phase two or into phase three of possibly opening up nursery if it's needed. Vacation Bible School, more information will come out on that here in the near future. I'll do a separate video on that one. And that kind of brings you up to speed of where we're on phase two. Really, not a whole lot has changed from what we're already doing. So I just want to continue to encourage you. And I want to end with these final words that I want to share with you. Listen, throughout this whole thing, I think the church has just responded awesomely. We've done a great job. And I'm so proud of my staff. I'm proud of church council. I'm proud of the deacons. I'm proud of the unity that's there. I'm also aware, though, in the church body, especially the church at large, everybody's making different decisions. Some churches are doing this. Some churches are doing that. Some have this opinion. Some have that opinion. And that influenced me too, because I'm picking this up through my channels with pastors and other churches, and then we have our church, and our church. I wanted to really safeguard our church from division and coming back with everybody's opinions coming back, and I wanted us to be aligned. In doing that, I want you to hear me. In doing that, my whole heart always was not to label people or segregate people or push people to the extremes. People already made those choices, and so I did not, there's no need for me. I'm not trying to divide us by name calling by some people. They're saying, naysaying, or this was stupid, or doomsdaying, and I'm living in fear, or any combination of where you're at. I really try to take a middle road approach. And in using those extreme terms, I know some may connect with those. I was trying to bring us into an alignment. So please hear your pastor's heart. Our job is to be unified in this time. As we move into our phase two, I'm excited. We're on our comeback. This is a good thing. And God's going to do some great things through our church. So please, please, please let's come back into unity. That's always been the intent. So if you got offended by the terminology that I may have used, that was not the intent. I think there still are extremes. And I think if you were on one of those extremes, I hope now you can come back to the middle and we can move forward. The focus has always been the gospel, you guys. Always. So let's make sure that no matter where we've done squirrel or done whatever, or whatever positions we've had in our heart, I'm not judging you. I love you. And now let's come together. Phase two. Wow, let's do this thing. And before you know it, we'll be in phase three. And then before you know it, phase four. Whatever the new normal is going to be, that's our phase four. We are excited. And I love you. I'm praying for you. My heart has always been poured out for you. And I'm excited. So let's enter this phase two with a thrust of the gospel, an excitement to come back and to see what God's going to do. God bless you. Have a great day.